Hey peeps, it's Perk, and today we are back with Storytime Saturday with Lucid9, and you guys already know, this has been a really fun series, so I'm excited to get right back into it. Last time we left off, I had to kind of cut it a little bit at an awkward spot because I just needed to get to work, honestly, that same day, so I had to, it was bad. I'm bad at timing things, okay? Just let me be bad at that. Anyway, so with all that, we ended up getting to a really awkward place, but at the same time, it's just, there was interesting developments. There were some interesting developments that we got because we spent the entire time at the parade or at the carnival and had a good time, and it was really fun and whatnot. But we got to learn a lot about each of the characters, and I thought that was really, really cool. Even people like Ari, but we learned a lot about Elizabeth, Akira. That one was fun. We learned what we kind of already knew, but we distracted ourselves from it in a weird way, so that was interesting. And then we even learned a lot about Masato, which I didn't expect. So, nonetheless, all that being said, guys, I'm excited to jump right back into where we were, so let's load up. Now, I do feel the need to be transparent with you guys. There was a little bit of an issue with my recording, so I read a little bit of this, so it won't be the immediate first thoughts. Because I did see some of this because issues with recording. It kind of stopped midway. It wasn't recording as it was supposed to. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Probably shouldn't. If you guys see the actual video, it shouldn't. So nonetheless, we're gonna keep on swagging right on along. So alright. Walking along the streets is a cold reminder of the true state of life. Gone are the festive colors, energetic children, and high-cutting attractions at every corner. Instead, I'm surrounded by digital posters, newspapers, and faraway whine of police sirens. Out of curiosity, I steal a glance at one of the digital newsstands. Mayor conference will reveal plan over national news network by next month. A lot of alliteration there. Plans, government, all useless. Technically, Isamu is only doing this well due to the efforts of local authority, but I can't trust anyone who's paid to make decisions for me, for everyone other than themselves. Excuse me, are you an academy student? My attention immediately switches from the headlines to a police officer behind me. I immediately feel a thrill of adrenaline through my veins. Same. Calm down. It's not like I've done anything wrong. Ah. Yes, sir. Dead skin. Where are you headed? Just passing through. He evaluates me for a moment with an unreadable expression. Come with me. We've got some questions we need to ask you. No. Bile rises in my throat. I struggle to force my mind into submission. Just follow. Just follow him. Just follow him. Just. That was definitely a crying kid. Last time I mean, I'm gonna have future Dalen talk about it, but nonetheless, that was a crying Yama. It makes a lot more, I feel like it makes a little bit more sense after reading, but future day, let's talk about it. So this is really interesting. Actually, we do have a crying Yama and someone who appeared to have been killed, which is like, there's something impaled in her back. So like, I don't know, that's a crying Yama with someone who's been impaled. It could be his mom, maybe his sister, because I remember there was another young girl in the other picture, but then that would mean that the girl in the picture was not Rui, but instead it was this girl who may have been his older sister, or maybe his mom. Whatever the case, someone was killed in front of Yama, and god damn it, this poor boy does not get a break. Nonetheless, take it back. Hopefully you didn't spoil shit. Nonetheless, let's keep going. Where am I? Pulse racing, head spinning. Deep breath, freeze my limits, close my eyes, knees heavy, arms spaghetti. Right. Apartment, sofa, shelves, plant, kitchen, television. This is my apartment. No threats, no problems, no people. I'm fine. Unhurt. I'm fine. It was at this moment that I kind of realized that this is actually this is kind of bringing in that foreshadowing that we got from that one girl, Natsumi, I want to say is her name, the girl who was friends with Elizabeth in the coffee shop or whatever, where she kind of asked us. She walked up to us and asked us. I think it was like 2 episodes ago. And she walked up and asked, "Do you ever experience out of body sensations? Feel like two people are fighting over your body, fighting over control of your body?" And we kind of were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? The hell, bitch, get out of here." And no, it seems like she's got something that she's hitting on. So you guys will find out more about it as we continue. But after a few moments where I agonizingly trained my system back into its ordinary psychological state, I checked the time. 9 p.m. 3 hours. Gone. I suffocate, the returning sense of panic rifling through my phone. No new messages. No phone calls, incoming or outgoing. No emails. No new appointments. In other words, no idea of what I've been doing or who I was. Why is it back? It should be gone. I thought it was over. Stop. Calm down. First, my present state. No injuries. I'm full too, so I guess I ate dinner. I noticed a handful of a handful of textbooks strewn around the coffee table. Was I trying to study? They're definitely my textbooks. So I'm fine, for the moment. Question is, what happened in the gap? I fumble over to the kitchen, digging my anxiety meds out of the cabinet. 5 years. 5 years since I've had to use these. Here I was thinking that I'd never need them again, allowing myself to forget. Silly me. My vision crosses for a moment as I gulp them down. I'll never get used to that feeling. But thankfully my pulse slows down and my breathing evens out. I let my limbs sink into the sofa, staring idly at the ceiling. Right. I'm fine. Tears surge to my eyes, but they're purely chemical. A response of fright. Something that always plagues me after one of these lapses. I get hormonal like a teenage girl fresh out of a breakup. But it's just my mind lying to me. It likes to do that. My brain. It's a pathological liar. Nor does it stop at these random mood swings. Sometimes the world just seems so distant, shut away, like I'm standing at the edge of the universe. If I had to describe the feeling in a word, surreal. Like I have one foot in the wrong dimension. When I get like this, I have to fight against it. Remember that I'm here. Life's here. The world is here, and that there are tastes and smells and sensations for a reason. But sometimes there are just tiny trickles of doubt in the back of my mind. Am I real? No, not that. No, not that. Not exactly. Of course, I exist in the technical sense of the word, but rather, am I sensing everything correctly? If my brain is lying to me about my emotions, what's to say it's not lying to me about something else? When you hear someone talk, you don't hear how they deliver it, you hear it how they perceive it, regardless of their intention is. The frightening, infamous words, "I like you." You can be terrified, or you can be thrilled. You might even be a mixture of both. But the only thing that matters is how you take it. Not how the other person said it. Maybe they wanted you to be happy, or guilty, or angry. But what they want doesn't necessarily carry across. It's the same for when you see something. Everyone looks at an advertisement a different way. Everyone takes fashion sense a different way. Presenting a piece of contemporary art in front of a panel of critics will always gather a wide range of responses, so long as the audience is extensive enough. Nothing is absolute. Everything is just how it's perceived. That's what people like to say. In my opinion, that's the easy way out. But I think there's something absolute. Somewhere there are rules written in stone, or the essence of an object, something that's unchangeable and is there whether you like it or not. And yet, if there's something absolute, then some people in their perceptions are right, and others are wrong. What if I'm wrong? What if everything I sense is a lie? Ah, that's right. When lapses happen, I think too much. My former therapists like to say that I'm trying to ground myself, re-solidify my values, remember who I am. All I really gather from that explanation is that my brain is a huge pain. Over-emotional, overthinking, overbearing. Thankfully, I can already sense that I'm recovering. My heart rate is stabilizing and my breathing is even. I vaguely remember little bits of advice from my therapist. Ground yourself with something physical, identify your negative thoughts, and replace them. Accept your anxiety. It's a little alien coming back to the process after so many calm years, but I filtered through it easily. Like getting back on a bicycle after a hiatus. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Good. Looks like the spell's passed. I better get to bed. Sleep is the fastest way to recover my memories. Welcome or unwelcome. For your cooperation, Mr. Ishimoto, would you like one of us to escort you back? I'm fine, thanks. This part I feel like is more of dream sequence, him trying to remember, him getting his memories back, is what I'm guessing that this is more or less. And I'm kind of using the haze as that point, but I'm not sure. So, TBH, we'll have to see. But, we'll see. I'm fine, thanks. Very well. Be sure to notify us immediately if you notice anything unusual. I will. What possessed me to buy so many groceries? I'm guessing this is also still dream state-ish, but I'm not too sure as well. And I'm not sure. We'll find out. Something doesn't taste right. How did we make it again? Got stopped by the police. What for? Public disturbance? I was behaving myself, thank you very much. Uh-huh. Sure. They just asked me if I saw anything out of the ordinary. By the way, check this out. I think this is really cool. When she's talking, it lights up. It's really cool. What did you tell them? I hadn't, but I'd keep my eye out. Wow, such a tame response. I listen to anyone who has the power to put me in jail. Sure you do. Look. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. What? It's just, you know, I'm not going to be around all the time to watch out for you. You don't need to. No, like, I'm going to be gone tomorrow, okay? For the morning. What does that have to do with anything? Just, you know, don't be an idiot. Well, I guess that's impossible. You're in a weird mood. You read all the time. See ya. This is as far as I got, so everything after this is back to actual genuine my expression instead of me trying to recapitalize on things I've already said. Bye. Alright, I guess now we're back into real reality as well. Do I ever actually do these dishes? That's a question I kind of want to ask. Nonetheless, whatever. Time to rise and shine. Sleep is a marvelous thing. Everything looks brighter after a good night's rest. I didn't really know that. And sometimes when you have random memory lapses, you get to recall events that you were once forced to forget. For example, the police investigation. Thankfully, it didn't look like anything unusual. I should have known that, honestly, since I didn't find myself in prison. Bought groceries, made dinner, called Rui. Nothing out of the ordinary. The only potential lapse trigger was being approached by the police, but from the looks of it, I had nothing to worry about it. So that leaves me with a typical relaxing Sunday with nothing to do. Good, I can deal with that. What's this? Bet, Shigure. Oh no. Hello, Hello, Wanderer. Some days I like to look at the sky and figure out what the weather will be like instead of reading the forecast. I'm usually wrong, but it's pretty fun. It feels like you share a secret with the sky. Is there anything you like to do, even if it doesn't make much sense? What the? Crimson Crusade? Who's that? Sorry, I think you have the wrong address. I'm just about to stuff my phone in my pocket, but immediately it lights up again. I don't think so. What's your name? Right, not sketchy at all. My name is Guru Kapotli, and I'm an obese mountain troll who dines upon the flesh of humanity. This time my phone remained silent for a while. Satisfied, I lower it. And then it goes off, because of course it does. Really? I see. Why do you own a smartphone? The heck? Are you discriminating against me just because I happen to be a mountain troll? And to answer your question, human service providers are much better than troll service providers. What am I even saying? God damn it. I see. That makes sense. If that's the case, how's life been as a troll? I can't take this person seriously anymore. I tossed the phone on the table without replying, cramming more cereal into my mouth. What a weird individual. Even if it was kind of fun that they played along. What is it now? By the way, my bet was lost. It was not Shigure. What we got? Oh, speaking of Shigure, my divine master. Ishiyama, television, post-haste. Intrigued, I switched the television on. I'm greeted with yet another lovely news report. Trustworthy sources have informed us that the sudden string of disappearances has increased to three innocent students. In this trying time, let me put on my news anchor voice. In this trying time, we must look not only for assistance but for the truth. It is well known that the authorities have recently set their sights on demolishing the infamous forest of Hisamu. Curious, really, that this misfortune allows hot on the heels as the recent push for the Building Act. Perhaps in an odd way, the Hisamu forest is simply fighting back. I immediately shut it off. Sensationalist news as usual. What does Shigure want me to see? I don't see anything new. You never see anything at all. Look harder. This woman, what is up with her? Someone needs to buy her a dildo. She needs to get fucked. I know her dude's gone, but damn, get her a dildo or something. We already know that there were 3 disappearances. Everything else is just hearsay. The news can't know for sure what the Hisamu forest has to do with, that the Hisamu forest has anything to do with the case. They're just scapegoating it as part of a political movement. Unless Shigure is saying that this media's accusation is suspicion in and of itself. Come to think of it, why would they be so quick to point a finger at an insignificant little forest? Of all things to blame, trees? Maybe she wants me to investigate. Then again, I'd rather not go alone. Hey. I'll wait for a few minutes, but there's no response. Alright, she said she'd be gone this morning. But it's kind of past morning, isn't it? I check up on her social media. No check-ins, no photos, no statuses. Not since last night at 11 p.m. After curfew. Back at her dorm. Just like the other 3. So, I know I sound like a creep, but what are you doing? Still nothing. I struggled to quench my rising sense of panic as I turn to another source. Hey, Yahuko, you seen Rui? Yeah. Where? Yesterday, dude. We were at the park. I mean after that. We went back to the dorms. So you didn't see her? No. When did you last see her? Like 11:30 or something. Why? Nothing. Don't panic. You're overreacting. Keep calm. Akira. Akira would know. Akira's her roommate. Hey. Supperoni, Commander. How goes the date? What? The what? Rui said she was gonna meet up with you this morning. She did? Yeah, she seemed super excited about it too. She was gone by the time I woke up, so you guys having a great time? Wait. She doesn't know. No one knows Rui. Rui's been gone since 11:30 last night. No! No! Oh my god. No, no, no. No. Rui, you motherfucker. You had better get back soon. I swear to god you had better have gone off to get some goddamn fish or some shit. Like, I don't give a dick what you were doing, but you had better be back. I swear to all fucking Christ. I don't want to lose Rui. I like Rui. She's nice. She's like fun and sarcastic and awesome. Disappearances, forces, I have to go now. I tear out the door and pull up at the nearest bus stop, which just so happens to have a bus parked out in front of it. I step to the opening doors, but just before I place a foot onto the steps, the narrow entrance seems to squeeze at me from all sides. No, not now. I force myself forward. That is, I tried to. My feet shuffled to a halt. The rumble of the bus's engine seems to spread through the pavement directly into my bones. Look, kid, are you getting on or not? I'm working on it. My response is just as snappish as his question. Why can't I just put one foot in front of the other? I have more important things to worry about. I need to get to that forest. I've got a route to take, so the doors are closing and... I suck in a deep breath, close my eyes, and throw myself into the bus, shakily pushing my phone against the toll scanner. I don't open them even as I rush into the nearest seat, groping for a handhold. The door closed and the bus rattles to life, charging down the street. I should be fine. No, I would be fine under ordinary circumstances. If I was with my friends, or if my nerves weren't on edge, or if I wasn't worried about the disappearances. No, there's no use for wishful thinking. I have to keep myself under control. The fuck? I stagger into the forest when my mind is still spinning. The forest is blocking me on every side as I thrust through the beaten overgrowth. I'd always thought that the government was exaggerating when they didn't want to demolish this place due to bad luck. But now I'm actually in the midst of it. I can see where they're coming from. I'm not the superstitious type. Never have been, never will be. I take what I see and smell and feel with my own senses. Hearsay is secondary. Emotions are untrustworthy. But there's nothing to rely on out here. There's nothing to rely on out here, where everything is wild and flourishing, full of garish color and foreign textures. Some tree sap rubs off on the sleeve of my sweater. It slowly molds from red to green and blue and back, like a chameleon made out of honey. That's not normal, is it? Guess I wouldn't know what's normal around here. It's not exactly a place I would choose for a leisurely stroll. For the moment I entered this place, I was under the impression that I stepped into the world where laws of physics were different. Gravity is heavier, the air is more restrained, and more resistant. Energy seems to sap away into nothingness in favor of being recycled. It's a ridiculous thought. My mind, which has had to cram an unfortunate number of facts about physics and geology, and astronomy and biology, knows this. But why does such an irrational thought seem so appealing? The Isamu Forest, a dense segment of arboreal terrain that's been untouched for decades. When Isamu was growing, these solutions seemed obvious. Cut down a good part of it to allow room for new residential areas and corporate buildings. A rational idea, an agreeable idea. So they started demolition with a team built of ordinary, competent individuals ready to do what they've been doing for years. Except when they entered the forest, everything went wrong. In the span of a single day, the group of demolition experts deteriorated into a ragtag bunch of fleeing victims, each claiming a story more ridiculous than the last. A went crazy and killed B. The bulldozers became possessed and started trashing the equipment. Aliens dropped down from UFOs and lasered the charges. The thing was this. Only half of them had come back alive. Of those half, not one of them was declared sane. They were all sent to asylums where they wasted away until their death. It was the gossip of the town, the equivalent of an internet sensation, the Bermuda Triangle of Japan. What glorious entertainment. A lovely horror story to tell at slumber parties. A stock moral warning for environmentalists. A feast of fodder for the tinfoil hat conspiracists. After all, humans are endlessly fascinated by the misery of others. Over time, the thrill died down. Nothing out of the ordinary was captured on footage. People stopped visiting the area. The wrath of the forest was just an urban legend. But after I researched the event, in middle school, after I found that it was a true story, it lurked constantly in the back of my mind. If something was just a group of trees, it couldn't hold that much power, could it? Shouldn't there have been at least one rational soul, someone with a better grip on reality? The only answer to that question is if there was really no way to withstand insanity. Whatever happened those decades ago, it drove 100% of a large group out of their minds. That's a definitive success rate. What's to say it won't do the same here and now? I stumble around the broad trunk of a towering tree, my eyes roving around the gnarled basket weave of spindle branches. What am I looking for? Wait, what am I even doing? Why am I here? I take a moment to close my eyes. Deep breath. Ground myself. What am I feeling? What am I smelling? What's that? I pause abruptly, scared to take another breath. Now I'm just being stupid. So I breathe deeply. The air is warm and thick, sliding down my throat with a mixed taste of chocolate and iron. I know iron is blood. I don't think chocolate is blood as well. It leaves a sweet residue on the back of my tongue. Trapped. It's the first words that comes to my mind, extracting a reflexive stab of panic. You're trapped. My fingers tremble as I reach out to the trunk to steady myself, but they only land on some sticky, milky substance. I quickly pull away, but the tree emits a sickly slurp. Nothing to hold on to. No. I've got to keep calm. I've got to think. Someone's depending on me. Who? Who's depending on... Shigure? Shigure wants me to... No, wait. Someone needs my help. Someone. Rui. Rui has been gone since yesterday. Rui was gone, and today Rui was gone, and she might be gone forever. You're alone. I roughly shake my head to dispel the fog in my mind. Rui's depending on me. If Rui was kidnapped, would she even be in the Isamu forest? Why am I... Oh, Shigure's task. To investigate the forest? Everything's mixing up in my head. Shigure, kidnapping, Rui, forest. My foot suddenly collapses on something solid. It crunches beneath my feet, and a sweet vapor wafts to my nostrils. I sluggishly turn my gaze underfoot, lifting my shoe. What? What the hell? Bones. Rui's bones? Stabbed into the ground like incense at a funeral. They open their mouths. They start laughing. Their cackles grate at my eardrums, freezing my veins from the inside out. Late. No. I stomp at the bones. They fragment to pieces beneath my feet. The scent only intensifies until it clogs my nostrils. I'm not late. The bones melt, twining and steaming into the earth. A black pool immersed in caramel. They're gone. I'm free. I'm gone. It's okay. The pool congeals into a humanoid figure and sludges over my shoes, dripping blood against my leg. We'll be fine. No! Damn it! I blindly reach into the pool, flinging my arms, tearing it apart. It burns my hand into crumbling residue, but I continue to stubbornly retch at it. It's okay. Get out! Finally, the pool shreds into bits, merging along my arms. My hands rematerialize. The fingers are stained with blood. No. We'll be fine. No! I shake my hands rapidly, but the liquid stubbornly clings to my nails. I rub them against the grass, but even as the grass stabs into my fingers, the blood refuses to budge. What's wrong? Shut up! You're too late. I'm not late. I'm not. I can't handle this. Not anymore. I sink to the ground, overwhelmed with darkness, bones dancing before my eyes. Da-da-da. Hey! I jerk up, vision eerily clear. I'm still shaking uncontrollably with my mind blurry. No blood, no bones, no pool. What just happened? What are you doing here? I jump at the sharp voice, which is coming from a stern policeman standing a few meters away. My first reaction is relief. Another human being. No more than that, a police officer. Someone who can get me out of here. Then I notice his fingers are gliding over the electric baton at his waist. I quickly raise my hands, trying to pull myself together. Isamu citizen Yama Ishimoto. ID? It takes a moment for me to recollect the digits from... It takes me a moment to recollect the digits through my haze and my thoughts. 532 4895 643 634. I mean 332 4895 634. The man pauses, eyes roving across the inside of his site code, probably matching my name and image to the Isamaru database. I managed to catch a glimpse of the badge pinned to his chest, which bears Police Captain Katsu Kobayashi in bold, clear-cut letters. Police Captain? Here? Why is the police captain in the forest? You're an academy student. His sudden prop snaps me back to reality. Yes! What are you doing here? I work to speak past the lump in my throat. I'm looking for a friend. His eyes clearly darken in suspicion. In the Isamu forest? Yes! I want to bite back to say something sarcastic, but I'm barely capable of registering sound, much less applying witty repartee. Katsu taps at his site code, turning to speak to someone over the intercom. Yeah, kid, academy student, 532 48 95 634. Non-hostile so far. Understood. He whips back to me, hands still hovering over his baton. I instinctively shrink backwards, trying to stay coherent. What's your friend's name? Name? Oh, Shiguri? Shiguri Inamoto? No. Rui Hayata. What's wrong with me? She's Rui. She's been missing since yesterday night, 11:30 p.m. I thought I saw the news, and I thought everything coming out of my mouth sounds stilted and contrived. My hands are shaking it on top of my head. How do you know Shiguri Inamoto? I know her. Yes, so I gathered. How? Case, witness, something. He touches the tip of his site code, then frowns. You are not listed as a witness for any cases within the past 5 years, much less under Shiguri Inamoto. Panic bubbles in my stomach and out of my mouth. Assistant, I'm her assistant. You can ask her. What business would Inamoto have in the Isamu forest? I don't know. Just stop. Stop it all. Look, Yama Ishimoto, I'm not sure if you're aware of your position. Given the circumstances of this morning, you are currently our primary suspect. I'm what? He snorts in disbelief, but pauses, his attention suddenly turning into his site code. Superintendent, I believe that. Unverified, hence my suspicions. Remarkable. Understood, sir. He looks down at me, eyebrows set in clear distrust. Inamoto has sustained your claim. You are cleared. Regardless, you must vacate the premises. My head is still spinning. There's so little that I understand. Primary suspect, this morning, vacate the premises. What's going on? Simply put, you are standing in the middle of a crime scene without clearance. So get out. Where the fuck is Rui? I know I didn't break most of that character most of the time during that character, but where the fuck is Rui? Where is she? I hope to Zeus she is okay. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, I hope she is okay. Hades, if you got something to do with this, my dude, can you send her back? Oh, you don't control that? Oh, it's on all Sakai projects? Damn it. My body acts before my mind does. I instinctively rush away without a word, walking on autopilot. Crime scene? The forest was a crime scene? And I was in the middle of it? Did they find a body? Are there disappearances? Actually murders? It's only when I return to the city that I come to my senses. Rui's still missing. Furthermore, I didn't even learn anything useful from the Isamu forest. Nothing close to what Shiguri insinuated I might learn. If anything, I just made myself a top suspect on a police's list. And what the hell did I experience in that forest? It wasn't a lapse. In fact, I'd never come across anything like that before. The closest thing to which I might liken it is being high or drunk, but I don't have a proper frame of reference for either. So what could have caused it? Aside from that, there's something far more important. Rui's absence. Could she really have been kidnapped? Could she be dead? And I wouldn't even know about it? Fragments of my vision in the forest return to me, but I shake them away. No. She has to be fine. I jump as my phone suddenly trills. Despite my calm process of thought, it seems like I'm still on edge. Please be Rui. 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 Bless up! Bless up! Bless up! I just shrank in my chair. I feel inadequate right now. There we go. Okay. Top of the morning, Commander. Top of the morning, Commander. Rui's just returned to home base. Thought you'd like to know. A sigh of relief passes my lips. Rui's fine. No disappearances, no kidnappings, no murders. Well, that was anticlimactic. Still, where has she been? Why didn't she tell me that she was okay? What's up with all the spam? I told you I'd be gone all morning. Anger burns through my veins and I jam my phone in my pocket. Spam? Does she know what I've gone through this morning? One little text, that's all I needed. I'm fine, I'm okay. Heck, even go back to sleep, Yama. No, it's not her fault. She didn't. No, it's not her fault. She did say she would be gone all morning. Damn, I'm a wreck. Now what? Shigure, what the fuck do you want, I'm sure? Oh, no. Pinged Isamu Imperial Boarding Academy rooftop. Location ping from Mickey? Did we arrange something? I don't recall any recent conversation with her. Ah, that must be the explanation. Sorry, that was meant for Yahiko. So it was just a mistake. Wait a minute. Yahiko? Why is she meeting Yahiko on the school rooftop? No way. It can't be. They've only known each other for what, 4 days? And Misaki has more in common sense than I thought. Than that. Not that I thought. I need to get to that rooftop. Why do I need to get to the rooftop? Dude, go home. You're drunk. You're off something. Go home. A swipe at the entrance gate and a hurried sprint later, I break onto the rooftop. I break onto the roof, bracing myself for horror. Instead, I find, well, not a confession scene, thank goodness. A mass of people are scattered about. Some are donned in festive clothing, while others are clad in black jeans and emblazoned with crew on back. Among them, a stocky man yells through a large megaphone. Hey, the foot candles are too high. Get me a scrim. And you, where the hell are you putting that sandbag? It's a C-stand, you idiot. Put it on the other leg. Sorry, director. Shizune, where the hell is your kimono? I need you fitted right now. Is this a film set? Why are they shooting here on a school's rooftop of all places? Intrigued, I decided to take a closer look. Judging by their setup, it seems like they're trying to replicate a festival. Booths are aligned straight down the pathway. A number of people, mostly women of varying ages, mingled amongst other dressed in traditional kimonos. A brilliant flash of bright purple catches my eye in the sea of dull colors. From this distance, she almost looks like... Diffuser set, sir. Right, everyone take your positions. Camera, rolling, sound, speeding, slate. Kazahaya, scene 1. Yamaku, take 1, marker, action. The camera's focused on the girl dressed in purple as the group of the girls around her chant animatedly. She remains disconnected from the conversation. Her head is lowered as they drift from booth to booth. Cut! Perfect! The crew relaxes into quiet murmurs as the director reviews the footage. I stride closer to the set for a better view. It's Misaki. It's actually Misaki. However, as soon as I blink, she disappears among the sea of actors and crew members. It all happened so quickly, I wonder if I merely saw an illusion. Where's Kusunoki? We haven't been able to contact him for a while, sir. What do you mean you haven't been able to contact him? He's the other talent. His managers, they're not picking up. I need Kusunoki for the next shot. Get me Kusunoki. Yes, sir. Yama? I almost jumped at the sudden voice behind my ear. Misaki is holding a bottle of water, her eyes wide with surprise. This is no illusion. For a moment, my mouth runs dry at how stunning she looks. You look nice. Fantastic. The pardigum of verbal eloquence right here. Thank you. What are you doing here? Huh? What? Here? Where am? Oh. Yeah, about that. It's not like I can just say that I thought she was confessing to Yahiko. Where's Yahiko? I don't know. I texted him a while ago, but it doesn't seem like he's coming. He mentioned that he wanted to become a model, so I thought he would be interested in watching a film shoot. Oh, well, that's really thoughtful of her. Makes me wonder how big Misaki is. It's not like she gets recognized on the streets or swarmed by hordes of fans, but small-timers don't just pick up TV commercials, do they? Hey, you, boy! A crew member runs up to me and then stoops over, clearly out of breath. You want to be a star? Do I what? He claps his hands together, bowing pleadingly. Please, I'm begging you. My job is riding on this one. We can't contact our actor, and we need to shoot the scene during noon. Our permit ends today, so we can't shoot tomorrow. If we can't find someone, the director he'll... Misaki, is this guy for real? He seems pretty serious. Please, you look photogenic and charismatic, and your proportions look identical to Kusunoki's. Besides, if it seems like you know Kazahai, so there'll probably be chemistry and rapport. He's making this incredibly ridiculous suggestion sound like a logical solution. If you ask me, I say you should try it out. You were always good at acting, weren't you? It's not like I'm a professional, Mickey. Come on, it'll be fun. I don't know, should I really? Modeling is marvelous. Modeling is madness. Fuck it. Let's model. I think about it, I guess it would be a change of pace from the incident this morning. Fine. The crew member claps his hand together, jumping up and down. Even Misaki looks surprised. I guess she was expecting me to come up with some excuse. You will? Yeah, why not? Okay, great. Here's an actor release form, a health waiver form, a temporary contract, a call sheet, a minor release form, the workers' compensation policy, emergency information. Sign on all the lines here, and we'll fill out the rest when you're done. What the? Is there really this much paperwork in one simple film shoot? Okay, get into that tent. Makeup and wardrobe will have you groomed and ready to go in no time. Before I've had a chance to understand what's going on, I've been shoved into a large plastic tent. There are brushes, creams, and gels in a bunch of colors that I can't even begin to describe. My hair and skin is being pulled every which way. Do people actually do this for fun? I'm finally out of the hectic buzz of activity. A crew member takes me beneath the wide spread of the dark umbrella where Misaki is casually sitting on a tall black back stool, immersed in her phone. I always thought she was beautiful, but in this pose, one-legged, crossed, elbows tucked in, chin tilted ever so slightly, she looks like a legitimate model. I shifted my eyes elsewhere, clearing my throat. So, 1 second. She taps away on her phone in stoic silence. What's that? What's the urgency? I'm updating my status. What? Patter, social media, microblogging. Her responses are terse as the brunt of her attention is honed on her phone. She doesn't even spare me a glance. I don't get why. Shh, this is important. I promptly snatch her phone out of her hand. She squeaks in indignation, grabbing for it. Yama, stop! She suddenly halts, staring blankly at me for a long moment. Oh. What? You said dress up more often. Which means you would be popular with the ladies if you did. I already got like 3 bitches on my dick. The fuck do I need? I could probably fuck all 3 of them tonight. Fuck you mean. At least 2 of the 3. A single purple-haired British girl probably would take a little bit of work, but the other 2. Hell, if I'm lucky, maybe I could fuck them both at the same time. We're done with this joke. I can't help but feel a hint of pleasure at her compliment. But what does that have to do with anything, have to do with the current matter? Why are you always on your phone? Oh, my phone! Give it back! You didn't answer my question. I'm warning you, Yama. Give me my phone, or else. I smirked challengingly, waving herself in the air. Or else what? Misaki makes a sudden lunge for her phone, but before I have a chance to sidestep her, she grabs my wrist in an attempt to pry it out of my hand. I see her eyes widen as she slips on the length of her kimono. The momentum sends her falling straight into me, and we both spiral to the ground. Ow! My back! Now look what you did. Look what I did. You're the one who... I stopped short, finally noticing our close proximity. The length of her soft hair brushes over my face, and I find myself turning to my head to cover the flesh of my cheeks. Misaki, however, uses this moment of fluster as an opportunity to pin my arms against the floor. What are you doing? You have to pay the consequences for taking my phone. If I recall, I gave you this phone after I won it at an expo. You wouldn't have won it if I didn't force you to go. She's got me there. Well, whatever. You still didn't answer my question from before, you know. Whether they should have dressed you in a kimono for the shoot? Yes, they should have. That's not what I asked. She giggles, and despite my slight annoyance, I can't help but chuckle myself. Yama, do you honestly want to know why I'm always on my phone? I stop at the sudden tilt in Misaki's voice. I didn't think she'd be this troubled by such a simple question. Isn't it because you're an addict? No. I mean, partly, but that's not what I'm getting at. Then what are you getting at? Do you remember my father, Yama? Jun? Yeah, I remember him. There was something he told Rui during that New Year's party after she accidentally burned him with a sparkler. Do you remember that? Of course, she was bawling her eyes out for hurting him. Typical Rui. Clearly he was in pain, but he just laughed it off and told her not to cry. That it'd at least be a cool scar for him to remember her by. When I left Seto, I realized I didn't have anything to remember you and Rui by. No pictures, no keepsakes, not even a cool scar. She loosens her grip from my wrist and gingerly plucks her phone from my hand. She brings up her screen to my eyes. Her patter status reads, "A wild Yama appeared. Glad he's helping with the shoot. Look how excited he is." Attached to her status is a photo of me being dragged into the tent by one of the crew members. And just like the last photo she took of me at the Tech Expo, my face is twisted awkwardly here too. I figured this would be a good way to remember our time together. Here's one I took of Rui from yesterday. I smile bitterly as she scrolls to another photo. To see Misaki so concerned about forgetting Rui and I, it's clear she never wanted to leave Seto. Yet, all we could ever think was how it affected us. Just how selfish are we? How selfish was I? Misaki, So you're Kusanoki's substitute? The scene director suddenly interrupts, towering above us with an amused grin. And here I was worried you two wouldn't have chemistry. We're starting soon, so you might want to cut your makeout session short. Wait, we're not... Here's the script. Memorize it quick, Ishimoto. You have 5 minutes. Before I have the chance to clear up this misunderstanding, he drops the script next to us and marches off. Looks like we have work to do, Ishimoto. Seems so, Kazahaya. Shall we? We shall. Maybe I have 4 bitches on my dick. Maybe I do. It's adorable though. She's been... Misaki's story is one of interest for me, because she didn't want to leave, but she had to leave. And apparently one of her parents was neglectful, if not both. What did we miss when she left? I really need to know. I really want to know. We gotta figure this out, guys. Only one way to figure it out, though, so let's keep reading. Once you get off of me. Oh, right. Misaki quickly unmounts me and dusts off her kimono. I hurriedly glance over the script as the director continues barking orders at the rest of the crew. From what I can gather, the commercial is an advertisement for a line of kimonos. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Apparently they're trying to emphasize the fact that their dresses are more vibrant and unique compared to others, by having the main lead, Ryu, spot his close friend Reika in a large festival. It seems the two friends are at odds after Ryu's discovered Rika would be moving away the next day. The scene highlights his apology for being angry at her, and then they Ishimoto! I jump at the sudden call of my name. I need you and Kazuhai to take your places. Oh crap, I haven't finished reading the whole script yet, much less had the chance to memorize the lines. Before I can react, we're both already being ushered into positions by the crew member. Okay, quiet on the set. Camera. Rolling. Sound. Speeding. Slate. Kazuhai and Ishimoto, scene 2. Yamaku, take 1. Marker. Action. For a moment, I remained there, frozen in place. I was able to think of some of my lines, but it looks like I'll need to ad-lib the rest. I think I had heard most of the commercial actors do it all the time. But then again, I'm not a commercial actor. Before the director has the chance to scold me for stalling, I will my legs to move forward through the crowd anyway. Rika? Where are you? I call out shakily, but at least my panic fits the scene. That's convenient. It isn't long before I spot a familiar flash of purple. I rush towards it, cameras following my every movement along the way. Rika? Misaki smoothly turns to me, hand over her mouth in surprise. I double over, pretending to be more out of breath than I really am. Whether it seems believable, I have no clue. Ryu, what are you doing here? I drag myself up, looking her straight in the eye. I'm so glad I found you. Why are you here? I thought you never wanted to see me again. I'm sorry, Rika. My mind goes blank. What comes next? I have no clue what to say, so I decide to spew out whatever comes to mind. I was afraid. I noticed the crew exchanging perplexed glances, but they continued filming. I was afraid that you were never coming back, that everyone I got close to would only leave me, and that I'd end up alone. Well, this seems very personal all of a sudden. Misaki remains silent. I can't tell if she's just confused that I'm not following the script, or whether she's wondering if there's some deeper meaning behind my words. It's stupid, I know. I was so worried about myself, I never really considered how you must have felt. I'm sorry. Misaki catches her breath. In the lighting, her eyes look glossy. I step forward, intertwining my fingers around hers. You'll forgive me, won't you, Reika? Ryui. Misaki wraps her arms around my waist, burying her head in my chest. Honestly, I missed you. I've missed you too. She looks at me through tears, and I suddenly find her face awfully close to mine. I pull away instinctively, absently rubbing my arms in embarrassment. Cut! Before I knew it, the director's marching towards us with a scowl. What the hell was that about? Sorry for messing up the line, sir. I'm not talking about the lines. I'm talking about the damn kiss! Of course he is! Why wouldn't he be? There's of course going to be a kiss. Me and Misaki have to kiss, obviously. Why not? Who would have thought otherwise? Oh, god damn it. Convenient kiss is convenient! Fuck this game. Fuck this novel. Kiss? Don't tell me you didn't even finish reading the script. You didn't even finish reading the script, did you? He thoroughly needs his temples signed deeply. He fetches a copy and shoves it in my chest, aggressively pointing out a segment. Line 14. After apologizing, Rui leans in and kisses Rika. End of scene. Despite you screwing up the line, I've decided to use the footage anyway. We've wasted too much time already. I just need you to kiss Kazuya for the final shot. Is he serious? I actually have to kiss Misaki? Don't you think that's a bit unfair to ask of him, director? What's the problem? Aren't you two dating? No, we aren't. Well, I need a kiss scene, and I expect to get one, dating or not. He turns away, seemingly done with the conversation. How can you be so inconsiderate? Excuse me? Now he's not even a professional actor. You can't just force him to kiss someone he doesn't love. This isn't about lie. This isn't about love. He signed a damn contract. He'll do what I tell him to do, or if he wants to get paid. And that goes for you too, Kazuhai. Else you can be sure I'll replace both of you. Go ahead and do it. For all I care, I value my friend's feelings more than this. This is a damn commercial. I lay a hand on her shoulder in an attempt to calm her down. As hesitant as I am to kiss her, I wouldn't want her to lose her job. It's fine, Mickey. It's my fault for not reading the contract. But how do you think Rui would feel? Rui? Why did she bring up Rui? Look, I don't have time for this relationship crap. Will you do the kiss scene or not? Yes. But Yama. Then take your positions. Now. The director sends us one last piercing glare before striding back to his chair. With no room for argument, Misaki and I return to our locked embrace. Are you sure you want to do this? It's alright. I just thought of an idea. Idea? What are you talking about? Just trust me. I can sense Misaki's apprehension as the camera focuses on us more. Slate! Kazuhaya and Ishimoto, scene 2. Yamaku, take 2. Marker! Action! I'm gonna get my face as close to Misaki's as possible if I expect this to work. I brush my fingers over her cheeks, slowly tilting her chin upward. For a moment, we remain there, suspended. Her eyes, still red from crying earlier, bore into mine, questioningly. Just what do you plan on doing? I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. I can feel her slight exhale over my lips. The smell of light cherry, fragrance of her hair. I close my eyes, drifting closer. And when we're only a few hairs apart, I discreetly move my thumb to her lips. Misaki exhales sharply, sniffing at my touch. I almost retreat my hand, afraid that I hurt her. But she only tightens her grip around my waist to prevent me from moving. God, this is so awkward. Da-da-da. Cut! Good enough! Take 5, everyone! As the crew scuttles, I instantly drew back, releasing her. That was a stage kiss, wasn't it? Why didn't you tell me we were going to do a stage kiss? Would you have preferred a real one? Da-da-da. Maybe I shouldn't have asked that. Really? Really? Have you not realized how your life works out, dude? Have you not realized that you're the main character of your own novel? Like, how did you not check this out already? It's like, I feel like at some point you should realize that your own fucking words are dumb. Would you have preferred a real one? I mean, kinda. It's like, I feel like at this point you should know when you should just shut the fuck up. Nonetheless, before I can cover up my faux a crew member jogs over to us. Ishimoto, right? Thank you so much. You totally saved my hide right there. Huh? Oh, yeah, no problem. If you wouldn't mind, we still have some papers you need to sign, and the director would like to discuss your pay. Sure. As the crew member leads me away, I give Misaki a departing wave. But instead of waving back, she averts her eyes and slinks back into the changing room. Did I somehow make her mad? As I speak with the director, there's a lot of numbers, papers, and lengthy terms that I don't completely understand. But from the sounds of it, I've acquired a decent amount of money despite my screw-ups. Doesn't matter, I got paid. By the time I return to the set, Misaki's already disappeared. The only people left are half the crew who are currently occupied with tearing down the set. Oh shit, Yahako? Hello? Yo, dude, where you at? Why? We're all here at GFC. You getting any of our messages? Messages? I briefly checked my phone. Are you serious? 100 messages? Oh, should we have sent more? Never mind, I'm on my way. See ya! Fucking Yahako. I cut the call and exit the rooftop, heading straight to GFC. This guy needs to learn some tax etiquette. And now we're at everyone's favorite KFC ripoff. After a couple minutes of uneventful walking, I reached the familiar ambience of the local General Fried Chicken. Yahako cheerily waves me over, brandishing a formidable drumstick in his hand. I settle next to him, keeping my eyes off Rui for some reason. Just looking at her brings back a flood of negative emotions. Good of you to join us, minion! What took you so long? My insides burned with anger, but I keep my gaze on the table, taking a moment to study my voice before I answer. I was busy. Were you running? Are you getting back in the track? No thanks. Oh, I know. You were practicing for my lessons, weren't you? Sly move, my good minion. Did you woo any ladies? I guess. I don't miss the flash of pain that crosses Rui's eyes. I'm stricken with a twinge of guilt, but I shove it away. Wait, really? Damn, our boy's growing up. I don't know. She hasn't responded yet. The lie passes smoothly from my lips. I grab a piece of fried chicken and quell the nausea in my stomach as Rui quickly straightens, absently playing with her hair. That probably means she isn't into you. Y'all saw that eye movement I know y'all saw that eye movement from Rui. I know y'all saw that. Y'all don't have to read, but I just read. I know y'all saw that. that try to fuck. I see that. That's what we call micro expressions. That's what we call micro expressions, my good dear. Everyone has them, and I saw yours. Figures. I have no clue who'd be interested in Yama. But really though? But really though? Yeah, who'd be interested in Yama? Really though? I tightened my grip on the table with my free hand, fighting to stay calm. Maybe there's no reason for a girl to wait if she's interested, right? Right. If she liked me, she would have told me right away. Exactly. Damn, I'm a jerk. Really? Are you also just not noticing this? Because you're really bad at all the... Today just seems to be your day of fuck up when it comes to talking. Like, every other day, I'm rooting with you. I'm with Yama. For the most part, every other day, I'm with Yama. Today, he's being kind of a fuck. A little bit of a fuck. Bit of a fuck snard. So, I angrily tear into my chicken, biting with such force that my jaw aches. Yahuko stares between me and Rui, concern lining his brow. Are you two okay? Damn it, when Yahuko is asking questions, you know damn well we done fucked up. I'm fine. It feels kinda like you two got into a fight. We haven't. She says this hesitantly. I know that she herself doesn't know why my mood is terrible. Honestly, I have no one to blame but myself. I thought that I had given myself enough time to calm down from the forest episode, but apparently it wasn't enough. Anyway, now I'm taking it out on the only 3 people in the world who I can call my friends. Dude, we can't help you if you don't know what's wrong. I almost jumped at how serious his voice is. I know, I brought a terrible mood into this place. I need to shake it off. The time at the forest is completely over. My only task for the rest of the day is having fun with my friends. And fun doesn't come with a sour attitude. Sorry, I heard a pretty creepy story this morning and I'm a bit on edge. That's pretty much the whole story when I boil it down. It sounds pretty pathetic. A creepy story? She shoots me a concerned glance, which I honestly deserve. I'm not exactly known for being gullible or superstitious after all. I shake my head at her, which Masato seems to take as guilt. Don't worry about it, man. We all got our off days. Yeah, mine's is going really well today, don't you think? Thanks. If we're talking about creepy stories, I have a great one to tell. Oh God, please don't tell the story of the forest. It's an urban legend that's been around the academy for forever. It's called The Vanishing Janitor. What kind of dumb name is that? Well, you know how we don't have to do after-school cleanup, right? Yeah, because the school costs an arm and a leg to attend, especially without scholarships. Everyone knows that we have a janitor. We see him collecting garbage, bagging it, and stacking it in the cart. Wait a minute. Didn't I have to remind Yako that we had a janitor? Guess his observation skills have finally leveled up. But have you noticed that the janitor never actually walks out the gate? Well, of course not. It's a visual eyesore that would be damaging to the school's image. Then, my good minion, my question to you is, where does the trash go? Now that he mentions it, it is pretty odd. Oh, I see what you're saying. The dumpster is outside. The dumpster is outside of the school by the street near the back of the campus. And the front gate is allegedly the only way to enter or exit the school. It's why the academy is considered to be so safe. But the janitor doesn't take the junk out the gate. But the janitor doesn't take the junk out of the gate, which he'd have to do in order to reach the dumpster. And that is our predicament. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what the explanation could be. Of course, I have my own theory, which is the janitor actually has the ability to travel to another dimension. He takes all of our trash to the land of missing socks. You know how you do a closed cycle of laundry with a certain number of pairs of socks, but you always come out with one extra sock? It's because one of them spun so fast it vanished into this other dimension. There are little wormholes here and there. Too, like under the bed or couch and behind the laundry machine. It's why they spontaneously disappear, only to reappear again. So that's where the janitor takes the trash. Same dimension, where there are missing socks. That is simultaneously the most brilliant and most stupidest thing I've ever heard from you. I agree with that. You lost me at dimension, man. Ha! You plebeian mind simply can't comprehend my sheer intellect. It's sheer, alright, but not in the sense that you're thinking. Well, now that Yahako's finished with his conspiracy theory, what do you guys want to do for the rest of the day? It's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact. How about we head into town? Town? You mean District 8? Yeah. Ain't that where all the lively stuff happens? It's the most affluent district in Osamu, so there's definitely a lot of flourishing commerce and technology, but usually everything's recreational. Every recreational activity comes with a heavy price tag. I'm dying a little bit, excuse me. I guess, yeah. Think of anything in particular? Dunno. If something catches our interest, we should check it out. Huh, on a normal day of just kicking back? It does feel like it's been a while since we've hung out together. Even going to the amusement park yesterday was in some way more tiring than relaxing. I'm down. Sounds like fun. We finish up the chicken and head to the subway. Oh look, we're in a train station. This is a new scene. That's cool. It's less crowded than usual, probably because today's technically a weekend. Like all other Osamu subways, the platform is immaculate. There's no sign of dust, much less any scrap of trash. Quality public transportation seems to be a big boasting point of the city. There's hardly a whisper of sound as the doors seamlessly slide open or as the subs barrel down the rails, solidifying the carrier craft into the station. Okay, I have to ask right off the bat, hold up. What the hell is that supposed to be? What is this sign supposed to be? No punching people? No punching people when you have a knife? It's like, look, if you have a knife, use it. Stab them correctly. Go for the gut. Make sure that you make a nice slash. As for everything to pour out, and we can clean up later. A little bit of bleach. What the hell is that supposed to really be advertising? I can only recognize one letter out of all that. Diastinks. Diastinks? That's the name of the fucking thing up here. The what's it called? The skyscraper. Let's see. And then that's just, I don't know what the hell the rest of that's supposed to be. So yeah, sweet. Wait, I fucking forgot to read. We board the next train to District 8, an influenced street with skyscrapers that seem to fade into the clouds. It's packed at this type of day. Sidewalks full of rich housewives and groups of teens on shopping sprees. The bright lights of store displays shine with deceptive welcome, as if the workers care about something other than the wallet size of their customers. Just down the street, I notice a familiar mop of red hair in front of a large gaming store. Oh, isn't that Ari? I peer over the crowd of the heads to the other side of the street. Yep, it's definitely Ari, staring emptily through the glass display without a care in the world. Oh yeah, the little one. Maybe we should invite her to hang out with us. Are you kidding? Her? Oh, calm down. What could she possibly do to you? Well, clearly, there's something wrong with her. She didn't follow my irresistible charms. We went to the amusement park with her yesterday. Shut the fuck up. Uh-huh. But it gets even better. I did a little digging. It turns out that anyone who talks to her mysteriously goes missing the next day. Really? Oh, give me a break. Yama and I talked to her 2 days ago, and we're still around. Give it time. This is ridiculous. Yama, we should invite her, right? Absolutely. Yeah, sure. My big thing is like, yeah, why not? It can't hurt, right? What? How could you betray me like this? Thanks. Okay, go get her. Me? Who else? I'm about to protest, but Rui shoves me into the street the moment that the light turns green. Hey! Go! Sighing, I plod across the street, waving my way through the crowd until I've reached the gaming store. At a closer glance, I realize that Ari isn't blankly looking at the store. She's smiling, purely lightly, with a genuine sparkle to her eyes. I almost feel like I'm interrupting something important. Hi. Ari turns to me, expressions open curiously. Fancy meeting you here at a place like this. In a public street, in front of a game store, on the weekend. Actually, it's not very unusual, is it? Again, no response. It'd be easier to get a reaction out of a brick wall. So what kind of game are you interested in? Kybri? Pulium? Wait, is that Pulimon? Kirby? Pulimon? Ari only smiles and points to a far corner of the store. A twisted poster of the terrifyingly grotesque zombie rise from the fog of the special Left Alive. Instead of Left 4 Dead. The Left Alive display. God damn it. You guys are really... Sakai Projects, you guys are really great with your, not copyright infringement. Wait, what? Left Alive? Yes. I racked my brain as to why the cute, frail girl would be interested in such a horrific game. You like Left Alive. You can save creatures from their miserable lives. So do you like Summon Allegiance, Nimbus, those kinds of shooters? Summon Allegiance. Summon Allegiance instead of Call of Duty. Oh, goddamn. No. What other games do you like? Fugue? Wait, the survival horror game that gave Yahuko nightmares for 2 months? You mean Fugue, Fall of Shadows? Yes. Do you like the adrenaline rush? I don't play it for fun. Why do you play it? It's educational. I have a bad feeling about this. How's it educational? It tells me how I would never want to die. Something about the way she says this is tremendously obvious. Almost like a girl who's planning her funeral before her wedding. I see. We fall into a short silence as my mind rushes blank. I don't even remember what I was supposed to be doing. What games do you like? Me? Anything with a good story, I guess. Visual novels? Sure. Hey! What kind? From what I've played, Unright, I guess. Destiny, Departure Dawn was long, but good. And Kenpai Shonen, I guess. Great, way to sound certain. Ari's gaze drifts off into the distance. I can't tell if she's thoughtful or bored. Maybe she's talking about visual novels bore her. Maybe talking about visual novels bored her. What was I supposed to be talking about again? Gosh, you take forever. Rui pops up next to me, almost as if out of nowhere. So did you. Me? Crossing the street. I was giving you time to invite her, you idiot. Alright, hang out with us. You want to join us? We're gonna do something fun, probably. Ugh, that sounded really creepy. What? We don't actually know what we're doing. Well, how about this? He points to an advertisement in the corner of the shop display. Café de la Paix. Karaoke, now open for business. Interesting. I remember the Café de la Paix. De la Paix has another branch in this district, but I never expected it to open for karaoke. Karaoke sounds fun. Nothing like belching your lungs out after a day of running. My ideas are always the best. Ari, you want to come with? Please, it'd be more fun if I wasn't the only girl. Yeah, it'd be nice to actually have a girl around. Yeah, it would. Yama tries the best he can, but he just doesn't cut it. Ooh. Douche. Shots fired. This seems to amuse Ari, whose mouth tweaks upward at the barest facsimile of a smile. However, I see her eyes narrow a little, still processing my question. Karaoke? Yeah, just some friendly competition to show off our voices. Not that you'll have much competition in the ladies division. Ah, Yama, don't beat yourself up. Your voice isn't that bad. Did I seriously walk into that joke twice? I'm losing my edge. You really are, dude. Like, she's a... Douche. Like, you line up the shot, and she's just like, and you're just chugging right towards her, making it easier. However, it elicits its intended effect. Ari finally shares her gaze with us again, and her smile returns. Very well. Really? Great. She eagerly pulls Ari along as Masato bolts down the street with renewed vigor. I notice that Yakuko follows at a cautious distance, uncertainty in his eyes. Entering the cafe brings a sharp sense of deja vu, with the most notable exception that there's no uptight British cashier at the counter. When we inquire into karaoke, we're shown into a small yet comfortable... Oh, this is the same place. Got it. I just definitely... never mind. We're shown to a small yet comfortable back room with clean wooden panels and velvet carpeting. It feels less like a cheap room for belting discordant tunes and more like a miniature stage at a theater. Okay, clock's ticking, so I ain't spending much time on explaining. We'll choose one song, except the judge. Who's the judge? I volunteer. What? Hell no! Yeah, you're not getting away that easily. And I ain't singing without my rival. Better pick my words carefully here or I'll have to actually sing. We are rivaling your skills as a contestant versus my skill as a judge. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Are you serious? But I wanted to hear him, fail. Look, we gotta get this competition underway, so I'm moving. Yama's the judge. We'll all sing along. Sing a song. That seems simple enough. But wait, there's a catch. You gotta sing the song that the person on your right chooses. This means that Masato would choose a song for Ari would choose a song for Yakuko, Yakuko for Rui, and Rui for Masato. Oh boy, this matchup is gonna yield some interesting results. Okay, time to choose. Masato passes around a small tablet and each person takes their time selecting a song. I wonder what they're going to choose. Knowing Yakuko and Masato, I'm sure they'll pick something weird. But what about Ari and Rui? Finally, they all seem satisfied with their choices and settle onto the couch. I clear my throat, dramatically tapping my finger against my arm set. So, who's first? No response. I guess I'll go. Brave soul. She walks up to the miniature stage where the microphone is set up. You better not have chosen anything weird, Yakuko. Don't worry, I chose the opening to my favorite anime. I swear to God, if it's Grover Mecha, I'm gonna fight this motherfucker. Wait, wasn't his favorite anime? Super Heart Magical Lyrical-chan. Magical Girl Lyrical-chan. Rui pales as I struggle to hold back my laughter. Good luck, Rui! By which I mean, this will be hilarious. The song is called Lovey-Dovey Magical Heart Prism? She must regret going first. Rui timidly touches the screen to start the song. An energetic, bouncy tune begins to play, accompanied by Yakuko exclusively bobbing his head. Love is friendship, love is magic, love is... Oh god, her high-pitched voices combined with off-key vocals pound my eardrums mercilessly. Love is everything, sugar and spice and everything nice. I love you forever in a day, forever in a month. I love you forever in a year. She curls into a little ball on stage as the song finally comes to a close. Is it over? Is it? Yes, it's over. I'm free. We manage to clap politely as Rui descends from the stage, her knuckles white from gripping the microphone. So, how was it? I have to choose my words wisely here. It was colorful. Yep, it had personality and depth. An original performance. Original in more ways than one. Thankfully, the others nod with me in agreement. Rui smiles at my vague compliment. Thanks, guys. Masato, are you going next? Yep, lay it on me, Rui. What'd you choose? I don't know, I picked a random song. I wonder how this will turn out. My song is called... He immediately expels a stream of vulgar words into the atmosphere. I didn't even know so many inappropriate terms could fit into one song title. I take a quick peek outside to make sure that there aren't any little kids around. Okay, guys, you ready? No, I'm not. Here we go! I've never heard so many explicitives sung in a rapid succession like that in my entire life. The look on Rui's face makes it seem like she's been scared. It makes it seem like she's been scarred. Even Ari's eyes widen throughout the performance. I really like to imagine that it's just that goddamn Die Motherfucker song. Die Motherfucker, Die Motherfucker, Die. Or, what's the other one? I think there's another one's called Stupid Motherfucker. Or some shit like that. Like, either one of those would be great. Anyway, thankfully, the song is even shorter than Lovey-Dovey Magical Heart Prism. Our misery is short-lived. That was awesome. Thanks, man. What'd you guys think? He looks expectantly around the youths, but Rui and I fix our gazes on the floor. I should have never picked a song at random. An awkward silence pervades the room. I guess it's my turn. She walks up to the microphone with a dispassionate expression. She doesn't seem to be even slightly embarrassed, which I find surprising. You should be honored. This is a good song. Oh, please don't let this one be as bad as the last. Ari gives the screen a brief glance, but she shows no reaction at the title she sees. She only picks up the microphone and immediately starts to sing the song. A rather lively ensemble of drums, bass, and guitar plays, characteristic of a rock and roll. Ari grips the microphone and with charisma of a professional. She taps her right foot to the beat of the drums, and when the lyrics pop up on the screen and she puts her lips close to the microphone. You're from Mars and I'm from Earth. You were birthed a hero's birth. What the? Am I hallucinating? Is this beautiful voice really Ari's? Whereas I just born as a little old me in a small town, normals could be. Wow, she's actually great. No better than great, she's amazing. You are hot and I am cold, and neither of us do what we're told. I wonder if if I try to press the V button, would it actually sing or what?
Self-voicing enabled. AIRI, you are hot and I am cold, and neither of us do what we're told. Self-voicing disabled.
Never mind. I feel the powerful emotion coming from her angelic voice. It's like she was the original singer. But don't you see, this could be a sign. Her dance movements are perfectly synchronized with the lyrics. I feel as though I'm attending an actual concert. That we were meant to be. I can feel the joy emanating from Ari as she sings. Her face is lively and filled with energy, a stark contrast to her normally expressionless face. That we are totally complimentary. The song completes its last beat, and Ari, panting heavily, places the microphone back on the stand. She wipes the beads of sweat from her forehead. She then immediately regains her usual poker face, as if what had just happened was merely a dream, and approaches us, awaiting our judgment. How did I do? How did you do? That was the best singing by far. Her performance was probably on the same level as a professional singer. Your singing is wonderful. You should do an encore. Hell yeah. It was right good. I guess it was alright. I mean, at least it was better than Rui singing. Heh, he's starstruck. It was great, Ari. You have an amazing voice. I didn't know that you liked those types of songs. She gave a slight nonchalant shrug at my words. I don't. They're too easy. Wow, she thought the song was too easy? Now I'm curious as how she would sound if she had to. Now I'm curious as to how she would have sounded if Masato had picked a more difficult song. Well, now it's my turn. Let's see what song you chose. In a similar fashion to the rest of the group, he hops onto the stage and looks down at the screen. Oh, you chose one of my favorites, Death by Devils. That doesn't sound too friendly. I picked it randomly. Not another random selection. I'm worried about this one. Okay, guys, give me a second to warm up. This song's a doozy. He clears out his throat multiple times before grabbing the microphone and starting the song. A blast of heavy metal bursts from the speakers. I cover my ears at the sudden spiked volume. Yako must have increased the volume. Yeah! Oh my god, what is this? His scream almost knocks me backward. The others are just as dumbstruck as I am. The devil sends his demons at me. I got no choice but to fight for my own survival. I can barely hear the lyrics he's shouting. It's more like he's screaming in tune than actually singing. It's actually not bad, just strange. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get it. Pound it out, yeah! He stomps off stage, hands sweeping up and down in an imaginary air guitar riff. Falling into darkness, the wrath of the terrors past. Sinking over my head and clawing at my last. He powerfully leaps up and landing with a finishing resonant chord. I can feel my heartbeat slowly returning to normal. So, how was I? Honestly, it was a lot better than I expected. It was definitely different, but not in a bad way. I ain't ever heard someone sing like that before. Man, how do you scream like that for the whole song? Nothing to it. You just gotta pick up the microphone and scream as loud as you can. And when you feel like your throat's about to fall off, you keep on screaming. Masato stares blankly at Yahiko, as though he just asked the dumbest question to the dumbest boy in the world. Which he kinda did. Well, I guess it's time for me to pick the winner. In my opinion, Ari won by a landslide. Now all I have to do is... Hang on a second, I forgot to mention that the winner has to sing a duet with Yama. Wait a minute. Great idea, Masato. Dang it, Rui. She knows I don't like to sing in front of other people. She's just trying to rub it in. Maybe if I stall for some time. Come on, hurry up and pick someone. If I can't escape the situation, then I'll just have to pick the least deadly poison. Yako will most likely pick another Screamo song. In that case, all I'll have to do is scream in tune for a couple minutes. Or I could choose Ari. She sings so well that it would easily overshadow my horrible singing. The problem is, if I pick Ari, that would convey some weird messages. I try to send her subtly apologetic looks as I turn to Yahiko. Well, Yahiko, you ready to belt out another one? Of course I am. Excellent choice, my good minion. I'm clearly the best singer here. After Ari's performance, I'm not sure if I can agree, but he's certainly not incompetent, that's for sure. Rei and Masato, on the other hand, seem to disapprove of my decision. They're staring at me like I had just made a terrible mistake. Here's this one. Here's this really nice slow one called The Reign of 20 Years. I'd have done it earlier, but it's a duet. Wait, a slow song? Yeah, it's a slow, powerful ballad. I'm looking forward to hearing this. Fuck. Oh crap, if I'd known this would have happened, I would have picked Ari. I can't sing slow songs. Nevertheless, Yahiko started the song, which is hailed in an elegant piano intro. Ooh, this campfire is glowing. The clouds ruin the sky. I set my pen to paper, thinking of you tonight. He nods at me eagerly. I feel sick. Don't you see what we'd be perfect, 'cause darling, you're divine. I can't continue, while Ari looks passive as ever, and Rui seems to even dare, I say, enjoy my singing. Masato is doubled over in laughter. I quickly plop the microphone back into its stand. Huh? What are you doing? I'm morally opposed to singing this song. Why? You're not that atrocious. Gee, thanks, Rui. But we just reached the best part. And with one large breath, he bellows into a vibrating warble. The reign of 20 years falls into the earth in tears. We instinctively clamp our heads over our ears. Note to self, screaming is not the same thing as singing. I stand on the hill, my arms extended. Make it stop. Somebody, make it stop. Heck, even Ari is wincing in pain, and that's saying something. Oh, the mountains, they sing their songs. Someone yanks the cable of the karaoke machine and the music abruptly cuts off as I send my praise to the heavens. Hey, I was almost at the bridge. The cable dangles from Ari's fingers. It's getting late. Yahiko clearly deflates at his lost opportunity to belt, but I quickly grasp this chance to end our misery once and for all. We better head out before we get into trouble. I hurriedly ushered the group out of the room, and we returned the key to the counter. Then again, despite all the terrible singing I've heard, the experience has been pretty fun. When we reconvene at the main street, everyone seems pleased, but worn out. Phew, that was an afternoon well spent. Now that's a good way to end the weekend. So we're heading back? Yep. Actually, I've got some errands to run around here. I'll join you. No, I'll be just fine. It's, for women's things. Yahiko instantly pales, but Masato only nods in understanding. I, on the other hand, raise a curious eyebrow at Rui. She has never ever used that kind of excuse in the 10 years I've known her. She notices my question and only shakes her head with an odd little smile. See you guys later. She dodges into the nearest store, disappearing among the crowd. It's almost my curfew. I'll head back with you, minion. What are you gonna do? Me? Actually, I don't have anything planned for the rest of the day. Maybe I should visit Mr. Ryota's office and say hi. I'll drop by the school. You got it. Okay, bye. We part our ways and take the subway back to the academy. As Masato and Yahako enter their dorms, I head to Mr. Ryota's office. Mr. Ryota seems surprised at my unannounced drop-in, but not displeased. He ushers me into his office with a faint smile. Interesting. Didn't think I'd see you. Do you have an appointment soon? Who, me? Nah, I'm pretty much a free bird after I verify curfew. Why do you get paid again? Hey, you clearly don't know how difficult my job is. I have to sit there and wait for kids to scan themselves in this building and report the ones who don't by curfew time. Doesn't necessarily set oneself up for popularity. No, I imagine it doesn't. So looking into the disappearances, are you? I'm surprised at his acute observation, but I really shouldn't be. Mr. Ryota has proven his intelligence. Even if his attitude needs a little work. I noticed the detective with you yesterday. You know, on the roof. Does that mean you're gonna stop me? If the school has something to hide, then Mr. Ryota would be the one tasked to stop me. Ha! Why would I do that? What? Look, kid, there's a lot of security on this ground. Lots of regulations, privacy contracts, anything you can think of and beyond. As faculty, I can't share any personal information on students, or I get in massive trouble. But there's some stuff that you really need to know. People's lives are on the line. Lives? Don't act dumb on me. You must have figured out by now that these are murders. I had a hunch, but when it's said so flatly, I lose my breath. 3 students who had once lived normal lives, full of homework and social drama, and extracurricular activities, were now gone. The reality of it seemed very cold and bleak. So what are you saying? Doesn't it really bother you, kid? Murders are happening, but no one's telling the public. They're just mysterious disappearances that are blamed on a bunch of trees. Well, it does suck, but the government has always hidden all kinds of things from the public. What are you saying? You're saying you're okay with that? What if the next disappearances of me, or Masato, or Rui? I can't answer that. Just this morning, I was stricken senseless at the mere thought that Rui was the next disappearance. I'd even boarded a bus and gone all the way to Isamu Forest. I completely lost all rational thought. You're right. But what are you saying? All I'm getting is that I need to know stuff that you can't tell me. I'm not allowed to tell you. That doesn't mean I can't. Do you get what I'm saying? It means that he wants to save people's lives, but he could lose his livelihood. Sharing confidential information won't just result in a pink slip. He could be blacklisted from every future job. He's trusting all that on me. The world's most serious NDA. Will you sign it? I appear to have this trend of making dangerous agreements so recently, so sure. Mr. Ryota's shoulders dropped just slightly, relaxed of a tension that I hadn't sensed. Of course, all the burden is on him. If I break my promise, he'll be the one to pay. Or if someone overhears, he'll be the one to pay. I'd better take him seriously. So what do I need to know? There's a weird trend with the victims that I thought you should know. I'm guessing there's a reason why you're not informing the police? Heh, you got me. What exactly does that mean? The police are our best bet of catching this killer. What could I do to compare to them? And what is this weird trend? Give me a moment. He reaches into his drawer for his faculty tablet, tapping rapidly on its surface. A moment of waiting passes before he graciously bangs it on the table. God, I hate computers. But we'd all be dead without them. He continues on, the distant look in his eyes clearly showing that he's thinking of a fonder time. I have to look at something really quickly. The distant look in his eyes clearly shows that he's thinking of a fonder time. You know what was great? My desktop iPair. Man, that was the best. Stable, awesome, and a killer whirl of a fan. You guys don't know how satisfying it is to hear a computer work to keep itself cool. Yeah, that's kind of weird. No casual user has desktops anymore. Oh, and Icon phones. Man, phones these days. Icon. break if you breathe on them wrong. Icon phones, they could probably survive a nuclear blast. We all know what he's referencing, right? No. Ah, there we go, finally working. He punches rapidly at the tablet, and then apparently satisfied, settles back into his chair. What an old man. Let me browse through for a quick refresher. As his eyes rove over the screen, his mouth settles into a thin, disturbed line. Right. You know how the entry student application to the academy requires a psychological analysis by a qualified physician, yes? Yeah, another security measure, isn't it? Let me read this and see what you think. Midori Mena, the first disappearance. Chronic social anxiety, suspected autism. She was an artist. Holed up a lot in her room, but she made the most beautiful paintings. Tomohashi, the second disappearance. Always out of the party scene. Kind of a screwed up kid, to be honest. He was always causing trouble to get some attention. I had to slap him on the wrist a few times for vandalism. He was practically Michelangelo when it came to drawing the lower half of the male body. Thanks, I totally didn't need to know that. Akane Tsukino's the third victim. She's really sad, sorry. Had a lot of potential. That name still sounds familiar. She was the vice president of the student council and had a star of the badminton. Was the star of the badminton club. She just accepted a special internship at Limnaskate too. That sounds like a lot for one person to handle. It was. Her family put a lot of expectations on her shoulders. She was their key to the better life, you know. A breeding ground for depression, if you ask me. Scholarship winner? And she had a boyfriend. How's that? Crazy. I paused at the sound. Something feels disrespectful about the question to the sanity of the dead. So those are the three victims. Seems like they all had concerning psychological problems. I mean, they're all perfectly acceptable levels of mental illness, but that's not a single average report. In fact, most of the conditions sounded pretty serious. Serious and confidential, and I can see why Mr. Ryota was reluctant to tell me. But this pattern really could be the key to unlocking the mystery. Thanks for telling me. I'm curious, kid. Why are you taking this so well? Sorry? You just found out 3 students at your school were murdered. That's pretty unsettling news. It is, really. Death, a permanent condition. Something that students shouldn't have to face. My reaction must seem odd. Should I be hyperventilating? On the contrary, this is pretty refreshing. But also concerning. I'll admit that. Well, I won't question it tonight. It's getting pretty late. You better get going. It's not safe for students to be out and about anymore. Thanks for the info, Mr. Ryota. More than that, I'm thankful that he was able to trust me. I leave the school after Mr. Ryota gets a campus security patrolman to escort me home. Seeing a policeman inside campus unnerves most students, so they're mainly kept for border patrol, making sure that no one enters or leaves the school. I've barely seen them, to be honest. They probably don't act unless something suspicious crops up on the gate sensors. Da-da-da-da. Shigure? Hello? Where are you? Her voice is clipped, leaving no room for extra conversation. Good evening to you, too. Your services are required, now. I'm a little taken aback at the shortness of her tone. Seems like some urgent business. Okay, I'm in front of the school. Very well. I'm nearly there myself. Don't move. Sorry? Well, that was unexpected. That was expected, if I'm honest with myself. What kind of business could Shigure have at this time of night? Ishiyama. Shigure struts out of the shadows, her face completely expressionless. Did it occur to you I might have things to do tonight? It did not. Come this way. She turns on her heels and begins to strut down the sidewalk. We travel in complete silence. Definitely a first. I'm able to bear it for around 10 minutes before things get too uncomfortable. You know, if you're mad at me, you might as well just say it. Da-da-da. I should discuss these psychological problems with Shigure. No, what am I thinking? She'll wonder if my services are accurate. I'll either have to tell her my informant, or I'll have to drop the issue. And knowing Shigure, even if I don't give her the identity of my informant, she'll figure him out eventually. Shigure takes a turn into an area that I instantly recognize, for better or for worse. Nothing is as welcoming as the smell of rotting litter, cigarettes, and traces of burning drugs. I cover my face with the sleeve in vain to attempt to block out the foul smell. Isn't this District 6? Da-da-da. Don't tell me you're giving me another test, aren't you? Da-da-da. A quiet Shigure is far more unnerving than an abusive one. I almost miss her canon of verbal abuse. We have arrived. She gestures to a large, beaten-down apartment complex before us. The dilapidated building and littered streets around us do wonders for the district's notoriety, that's for sure. What are we here for? An inkling in the back of my mind whispers to kill you without anyone seeing, but I shove it into some crevice of my brain. Shiguri withdraws a simple index card from her jacket pocket, showing it to me. This. There are only 3 numbers written on it. Number 338. What is that, an apartment number? She only nods. I follow her down the path between the apartments, surreptitiously glancing around for any sign of suspicious figures. The music just randomly cut out. This is definitely not my idea of a vacationing spot, that's for sure. Finally, Shiguri comes to a short stop in front of a door, number 338. Emblazoned on it, she clears her throat for a second, takes a deep breath, and knocks lightly thrice. Give me a minute. The voice comes from within the apartment, is feminine and nothing like what I expected. It's followed by sounds of scraping, shifting, and screeching, as if a number of heavy objects are being moved around the room. Come in. Shiguri turns the doorknob and turns with ease. She pushes the door, and I step inside, unsure of what to expect. And that's what we call a cliffhanger, because, guys, we are coming to the end of this Storytime Saturday with Lucid9. We'll figure out what happens next time. I don't know. Don't look at me. I have no idea. We went through a lot. We went through a lot through this episode, but you know what? It was a good episode nonetheless. Guys, all things considered, I'm still enjoying and still very into this story. So I really want to find out what's going on. There's way too much that's just bogged together that I want to find out. Nonetheless, we'll figure it out eventually. Guys, this has been Perk. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.